Today I'm a theatrical milliner. I'm not a fashion milliner. And I make for all the shows, and you've got to make that differently to fashion, because fashion's light, because a woman's wearing it. A theatrical hat has to be strong, because it's got to go on night after night, sometimes matinees, and therefore it's got to last a long time. They go on tour, packing, unpacking, so therefore it's a different technique. You meet the actor. I've had one in this morning for Robinson Crusoe, the one that's playing Robinson Crusoe, and I had to take his head measurement. Now he's got two hats, a tricorn and a straw hat that he's making himself on the island. I am well trained because I've been through all of it, from the very beginning as an apprentice right through. It was a good business. We were very popular, we were the best. Moray Millinery was the best in those days. The felt was good because you could work on a dome and then mould it into rows and rows of pleats and things like that. Felt is still my love. I still love felt hats. I fill that up with steam till all the steam's coming up out of here. See all that steam coming up out of that? That's nice. So I take that and put it on and pull it down like that and use my hands to mould the crown back to what it was in the first place. You've got to bring it up at the back. Sometimes I don't like what I've got to make and I tell it. I don't like you, but usually you love your hat that you make. It's a challenge to make those sort of hats, and I love doing them. So that was from flat brim. It just needs a little bit more work. I started 1937, so I went through all the 40s, all the 50s, all the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm still going. This little love, it's got the finest of veiling, and it's 1940. In those days, you wore hats. Everybody wore a hat. Even men had to wear hats. The 50s, this one. This one was made for my sister-in-law. And then the beehive hairdo came in, and you couldn't perch your hat up on top of that big beehive. The early 60s, they still wore hats. The middle 60s, they went out. So that's another one. That's like a beret at the back. This is my favourite hat. It's mine. And it's made out of a doily from a Chinese shop. The main thing is a thimble, right, to push it through all this hard materials we use. And then your tape measure, then your blocks, a kettle for the steam, pins, big pins, as you can see here, to get through all the heavy work we've got to do. I go and see all the shows. I get invited to them, so I go. I go to bed some nights and say, please, whoever's helping me up there, give me the idea in the morning what I've got to do for that hat, and when I wake up, I have it. So I think there's angels up there that love hats, and they help you.